You want to know my opinion about how I feel about AIDS, about HIV/AIDS? I am very confident and I'm not afraid of the disease. Why am I not afraid of the disease? I think that for what I've seen done by the professor, I have the impression that AIDS is a disease like every other disease, and that it's just a matter of time for science to understand, for science to be understood, and for the people that take decisions to understand that there is a vaccine on the way and there are means of finding a permanent solution to this disease.
Now, the question that we can ask is, how good is Vanivax? I think that's the question that remains to be answered. I'm thoroughly convinced that Vanivax is good, but the question is, how good is it? And that's really the important question. How good is it? It's sort of a question that wants you to ask, should we adopt it? Are we missing out on an opportunity to try it on many populations? What can we do to help him develop it?
So what do we require to do to make it known? Well, I hope, like so many things in life, if the time has not come, people will not accept it. When the time comes, everybody will accept it. Then everybody will say, but why did you wait so long? And that's what I think will happen. I would say that if I got to be very pessimistic, I would say that the time of Vanivax had not come yet, but it's coming. It's going to come. And I don't see how they can stop it.
Having said that, I think I would conclude by saying that I totally believe in what he's doing, and I think that it has some value, and it's up to us, the scientific community, to lay down triviality and be able to move this to a reasonable point where the rest of the world can benefit.
They could find out, and there is no harm in coming to this clinic and finding out what is being done and what can be done and the results, and get proper first-hand information about it. Information is right.
Prophet Abraham once asked God, where do these diseases come from? Then Abraham said, God said, the diseases come from me. He said, the diseases come from you? Now, where do the treatment or the medicines come from? God said, the medicines come from me. He said, the diseases come from you, the medicines come from you. Now, where is the place of the doctor? Then God answered Abraham by saying, the doctor is the person through whom I channel the treatment.
I think HIV will be something that probably one day we'll be looking at it as just any other disease, and while really on earth, not from our graves. I think so.
This whole process and this whole story about Anomango is a lesson for all of humanity, and probably a bad lesson, and hopefully a lesson that will lead us to a different horizon.
Truth is like a light which you can't put it on and hide it under a bushel, because the rays will always come out and people will see. So for anything light, you have to put it on the table so everybody can see, because you can't hide those rays.
All right. I've given you a lot of trade secrets which you can, because I think I'm going to die soon one of these days, and someone must use it and use the information. All right. You're welcome. I didn't call it today.
principio fue el ritmo, acompañado de danza. Todo era más sencillo, vivíamos en equilibrio. Nuevo comienzo, respira la tierra. Nuevo comienzo, respira la humanidad. Nuevo comienzo, nueva esperanza. Nuevo comienzo. Abre tus ojos, es el momento. No le dejes los restos. Vivamos en armonía. Despertar llenos de alegría. Nuevo comienzo, no esperes que sea muy tarde ya. Nuevo comienzo.